Have you ever found yourself wondering why that keto diet everyone's raving about just doesn't click for you? Or why your buddy is getting jacked from a workout plan that just leaves you feeling wiped out? Well, the answer, it turns out, is probably written in your DNA. Today, we're going to dive into how your unique genetic code is kicking off a whole new era of personalized health. And we'll do it by looking at the work of a company called MARC.
So here's the game plan. First, we'll tackle why that one-size-fits-all health advice usually falls flat. Then, we'll get into the cool stuff, how your DNA can guide what you eat and how you train. After that, we'll peel back the curtain on the science that makes it all happen. And finally, we'll talk about what it really means to call the shots on your own health with this kind of information.
You know, for decades, the whole health and wellness industry was kind of built on this one simple, but let's be honest, flawed idea, that if something works for one person, it should work for everyone. But as so many of us have found out the hard way, that's just not how it works.
So what's the deal? Why does one person crush it on a low-carb diet while it makes someone else feel terrible? Why are some people born to run marathons while others are built for pure power and speed? The reason is actually pretty simple. Every single one of us is biologically unique. And that right there is the huge shift in thinking we're seeing. We're moving away from generic, trendy advice and moving toward guidance that is literally tailor-made for your body's own blueprint. Think of it like this. It's the difference between using a generic paper map of a city versus a GPS that knows exactly where you are and the best way to get where you're going.
Okay, so how does this actually play out in real life? Let's talk about food. Instead of just guessing what you should eat, DNA analysis can basically draw you a personalized roadmap that shows you exactly how your body handles all the key nutrients. Just imagine knowing, for sure, if your body needs more vitamin D or B12 or iron, or finding out if you're genetically more sensitive to caffeine or salt. This tech can even give you clues about your own appetite signals, like maybe your genes make it a little harder for you to feel full, which can help you choose foods that will keep those cravings in check.
And this stuff gets super practical fast. Let's take the CYP1A gene. Sounds complicated, but all it does is decide if you're a fast or a slow caffeine metabolizer. And just that one piece of info can tell you if you're good to go with that 3 p.m. coffee, or if you should probably switch to decaf to avoid getting jittery and messing up your sleep. It's that specific.
All right, so it's not just about what's on your plate. The exact same ideas apply to how you work out. Your genes are holding all these clues that can help you unlock your body's real potential by training smarter in a way that actually syncs up with your natural biology. So what does that mean for your gym routine? Well, you could find out if you're naturally wired for endurance activities or for powerlifting. You could see if your body prefers to burn carbs for fuel or if it's better at using fats. And what's absolutely crucial is you can understand your personal recovery needs, which helps you avoid burnout by working with your body, not just pushing it to the brink.
The ACTN3 gene is a fantastic example of this. They sometimes call it the gene for speed. It can tell you if your muscles have more fast-twitch fibers, perfect for sprinting, or more slow-twitch fibers, which are great for endurance. Now, this doesn't put you in a box. It actually empowers you to pick activities where you have a natural edge and, honestly, that you're probably going to enjoy a lot more.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This all sounds incredibly complicated. But the process has actually been made surprisingly simple. It all starts with a super easy cheek swab you do at home. That little sample goes off to a lab, and in a few weeks, you get back this clear, easy-to-read report with real, actionable insights. Plus, there's an option to get coaching if you want it. So, how is any of this even possible? Let's geek out for a minute and pull back the curtain on the powerful science that's driving all these incredibly personal insights.
The secret sauce here is a technology called whole exome sequencing, or WES for short. Now, the name sounds heavy, but the idea is actually pretty brilliant. Instead of trying to analyze all 3 billion letters of your genetic code, WES just zooms in on the exome. That's the tiny 1 to 2% that holds all the instructions for building every single protein in your body.
So why focus on such a tiny piece of the puzzle? Well, get this. That little fraction of your genome is where we find up to 85% of all known disease-causing genetic variations. It's the most information-packed part of your DNA, which makes it an incredibly efficient and powerful way to understand your health.
So you take all this science, all this data, what do you actually get at the end of the day? Well, it all boils down to one word: empowerment. This isn't about some lab report telling you what to do. It's about you finally having the right information to take the wheel on your own health journey.
And the whole approach here is built on a few really key ideas. First, you are in the driver's seat. The reports are designed to be clear and actionable, not full of confusing scientific jargon. Everything is backed by solid, peer-reviewed science, and there's support if you want it, but absolutely no pressure.
And honestly, this is just the beginning. Right now, the focus is on things like nutrition, fitness, even skin and hair health. But very soon, this exact same tech will help us understand how we'll respond to different medicines and supplements. And looking further out, this is going to be a massive part of preventive health, helping us get a heads up on potential health risks way before they ever become a problem.
When it comes right down to it, it all circles back to this one powerful idea. Your health is your responsibility. This technology, it isn't some magic pill. It's a tool. It's a highly personalized, incredibly detailed guide to help you take on that responsibility in the smartest, most informed way possible. So, I'll just leave you with this one question to chew on. What could you really achieve with your energy, your fitness, your all-around well-being, if your health plan wasn't just a shot in the dark anymore, but was built from the ground up specifically and only for you?